Number 42, we are going to solve this equation, 4x squared minus 3x equals to 2. And let me ask you, what kind of equation is this? Because here we have x to the second power, so this is a quadratic equation. And how do we solve a quadratic equation? We should try to make one side equal to 0 and then factor the other. So let's do it. We have an equal to 2 right here. So we are going to subtract 2 on both sides first. So that way the 2 and the negative 2 will cancel each other out. And we will get, this is 4x squared minus 3x minus 2 equals to 0. And then the usual deal is that we'll try to factor this out. But then let me just tell you, this is not factorable. You can also look at the answer choices. If you see that square root numbers, then this is not factorable. But then you can also try it out, but then just trust me for now. Okay, so if you have a quadratic equation and that's not factorable, all we need to do is we are going to use the quadratic formula. And let's review real quick. You have to have the equation in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. And here we do have this equal to 0. Okay? And then we can just plug in all the numbers into this formula. Negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Our job right now is to first identify the a, b, and c. A is a number in front of the x squared, so a is equal to 4. And b is the number in front of the x, so in this case, it's equal to negative 3. And c is a number that has no x or x squared, c is equal to negative 2. And once again, we must make sure that we have 0 on the right hand side in order to apply for the a, b, and c, just like this. And then what we are going to do is just drawing all these numbers into the formula. Let's set it up. X equals to, we have negative b, so I'm going to put down negative, and then open the parentheses. Inside of that parentheses is the b value, and b we know is equal to negative 3. So I put down negative 3 right here. And you see the double negative, be really careful with the negative signs. And we will move on. We have the plus minus and the square root. And we have the b squared right here. So once again, open the parentheses and then square that. But then inside of the parentheses, I must have the negative 3. And you must use the parentheses, okay? We will continue minus 4. And then I see the a in the formula, so I will open the parentheses. My a value is equal to 4, so that goes right here. And I will once again open another parentheses because I have to have the c value. The c value is equal to negative 2, so negative 2 will go into this parentheses. And then everything on the top, all over 2 times a. So I will put down 2, and the parentheses, a is equal to positive 4. So that goes right here. This is just a setup, and we'll just have to do the computation. Well, let's see what we get. Here we have negative times negative, that will give us positive 3. And then we have the plus minus, and let me open the square root for here. But then inside right here, I would like to take the inside and do it on the side. So let me just put down inside of the square root. I'm looking at this as negative 3 in the parentheses, square, minus 4 times another 4 times negative 2. And to work this out, we have to be careful with the multiple operations. Take the negative 3 raised to the second power first, and negative 3 to the second power, especially when you have the parentheses, it means you take negative 3 times negative 3, so we get positive 9. Okay? For the second part, I would like to multiply the numbers out first. So 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 2 is equal to 32. And then I worked out the sign. You see here I have a negative times another negative. That means we are going to add. Okay? So the inside is going to turn out to be 9 plus 32, which is going to be 41. And this number will go into this square root. And then all over 2 times 4, which the result is equal to 8. So the answer is 3 plus or minus square root of 41 over 8. And this is the answer because square root of 41 cannot be simplified any further, which is good because we don't need to do any more work. And the answer for that is choice D. Positive 3. Be careful, it's positive 3. Because here we have the negative times -3 turns out to be a positive. Answer choice A, it's not the answer, but A and D, they look very similar. Be extremely careful with this, okay? So that's it.